I've just uploaded on Buy Me a Coffee the new version of the plugins, so I thought that I will make a short video to explain the new features. Obviously, this is all work in progress. If you find any little inconsistencies, these plugins are becoming quite complex for just one person like myself, as much as I use with AI tools to try and catch discrepancies. Just let me know. Send me a quick message through my website or the changelog page. There's a changelog link in the zip file, and I will fix them and upload the new version as you find the discrepancies. Or if you want a tiny new feature, I'm making a wish list of features so that I can implement them in the new versions. I'm going to try and keep up and upload every so many weeks. I think the last plugin was uploaded 2 weeks ago, and this is the new version 2.3. You will see here in the bottom left corner. These improvements have been made on all the other plugins, the browser plugins, and Storm Browser. So the first thing you can do, you can browse the download folder. Before, when you clicked on the download button, it would open the folder, the downloads folder. Now it shows all the profiles that you have in that folder, and you can load them by just double clicking. You can also search the downloads folder in this search box. Let's say I can see quite a few 1176s there. So I'm going to just search that, and by clicking refresh, it will refresh the content of the downloads folder. This is a handy feature, the refresh button, because if you want to add other profiles, non-profiles in that folder, you can do. And by clicking refresh, it will show you all the profiles that you have in there, and you can browse through the profiles. If you click on this folder button, it will open the folder, the downloaded profiles. So you can add, remove, delete, do whatever you want. Okay. So that's the new downloads tab. Let's go to the favorites tab. Now you have another line of buttons here. As always, you can add and remove. If you click on local files, it opens a folder so you can load a file that you have locally. An alternative would be to put that file into the downloads folder and browse through that. Now we have a new feature, which is presets. That is a sub feature in the favorites, and you will be able to save and load the presets. I made like a guitar compression kind of preset there. But if you want to make changes and save it as a different preset, you will just say, pardon my misspelling, but then you save it there, Guru Guitar come to. And then you can click on load to again load locally some presets. The folder, the last one, is the presets folder. Again, in Windows, it takes a tiny bit to make that, to open that. And you can see here that each plugin has a different type of file. The .prebrowser will work with prebrowser, and the .storm browser will work with storm browser, and .am browser will work with am browser. The cool thing about these plugins is the logic, how they work, so you can share them with other people. The preset will first search local files. If the local file is present, it will load the local file. If not, it will refer to the link from which it had been downloaded from Tom 3000. So if you share it with somebody else, you say you've made some presets and you share with another person, whatever, just email it to them. When they click on that preset, they load the preset into the preset folder. When they click on that preset, they will be able to load that preset. And when they load it, because the profile is not available locally, it will be downloaded from the Tom 3000 website. So that's how the preset system works. The search is the same, and the change API key has a couple of new features. The reason why I added this feature is because some systems don't allow networking while the DAW, the DAW is open. So I will have to probably long-term use a different system where the networking is outside of the DAW. There will be some kind of helper little executable file that you will install, and that will do the networking A workaround that I did for the time being is these modes. So I can toggle that mode off. Now I'm in local mode only. The search is blocked, basically. So the very first time, this is the logic, the very first time that you open the plugin, it will test the API key. If the API key doesn't work, and either it doesn't work or there's a crash, hopefully not very likely, it just will always open in local mode only, and just don't test the API key. So what you can do is either load profiles in that download folder, or use a different DAW. I will show you in Mac in a second how you can work around it. It's relatively simple. I'm trying to make it available to as many combinations of OSs and DAWs as possible, but it will take a bit of time. And again, if you find discrepancies, I really appreciate if you just drop me a message. I will fix things as I go. If it's a major issue, obviously I will try and fix it right away, meaning within a few days, and upload the new version. If it's something that I can add, maybe will be the next release. Usually after 2-3 weeks, I try to add some bits and bobs, so to speak. I'm going to switch to my Mac setup. I have an M1 Silicon laptop, and I'm going to show you a workaround. Okay, so I'm in GarageBand now, and I will show you a situation where the plugin will work and one where it won't. I'm in GarageBand, and I will open it with Rosetta. You can see here, this is my GarageBand info. If you go into the applications and go into the Get Info, it will give you this panel where it will allow you to open with Rosetta. Basically, in Intel mode, the sandbox networking is not restricted. So if I add, let's say, pre-browser, I can open it, and I'm in networking mode, and I can search for a profile, okay? And I can load it absolutely fine. This is only Rosetta mode. Okay, so let me, so now I'm in Logic. This is Logic 12. I will do the same thing. I will add pre-browser. The track is mono, so it opens in mono, but if the track is stereo, it will be stereo or dual mono. And you can see here that, again, it's a networking, but if I search, the plugin will crash. So what I want to do is to toggle the mode to local only, but will block the search. And basically, I will either use Rosetta or Reaper, which uses a VST3. So here I can go into the download section. My search is blocked. I can go into the download section and load, basically just use the plugin locally. Okay, so we'll need to use a DAW to download the profiles, and if all your sessions are in Logic, you can use Logic to use the plugin presets, profiles, but everything will be local. There will be no networking, because as soon as you use the networking in the way the plugin is structured at the moment, it will not work. So this is a workaround, okay? So now I've opened a plugin in Reaper. I tested the API, and obviously in Reaper, I'm using VST3, which allows networking, and I can search any kind of console or anything like that. So in a few seconds, it will return some profiles. There you go. So that works. That's just the way to then populate, because the plugins, regardless of DAW, they all save in the same folder. So you can, use it in one version where it works, and then reopen it, use it locally in versions that don't allow networking. For now, this is a bit of workaround. I think long term, I might actually rethink this and work out a situation that allows networking that is local to the computer, but external to a DAW, so that to the DAW, so that the downloading happens in a different way. Yeah, thank you again so much to all the people that donated on my website or buy me a coffee, all the people that are using these plugins, that share them through videos. And again, if you find value in these plugins or in this video, feel free to share it on Reddit and so on. And again, your feedback is very much appreciated. When you send me a message, I read it. I try to reply Not possible with every single message, but I do appreciate your feedback and your maybe reporting hopefully minor inconsistencies and glitches. All right, thank you so much. That's all for today. Bye-bye.